Welcome to Girl Talk. We're so glad you can join us today. We are at Bella Domicile that's in Fitchburg off of Nesbitt Road. And you know, there's so many great things to talk about here. They do interior remodels for your home. Bella Domicile means beautiful home. And yet, every time we're here, we talk about the food and the snacks.
I know, aren't we silly?
We do.
Treat us.
So I swore when we were going to do this episode, we're not going to talk about the snacks. And now look at it.
We can't help it.
Right.
Well, Bella Domicile went to the trouble to congratulate us for starting our season 3 of Girl Talk, and they've made us cake and mimosas and juice.
And juice. I started my celebrating early. Mine's almost gone, but that's how excited I am.
But that's how great the folks are here at Bella Domicile. They do great stuff with your home, but they also are really great people, and they are so fun to work with. So
my
nice.
gosh.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll talk to them later about how to prepare for your kitchen remodel, but also a little bit about how they give back. Speaking of them being just great people, they do some really amazing give back efforts that we'll touch on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Look forward to it.
I do too. We'll also be talking with Madison Geeks. Now, those are our go-to people for kind of any of your
Everything.
digital technology issues and problems, and we're going to learn that they are going to be available to you, to any of us, 24/7.
I'm really excited to learn more about that because I think it's so cool how they cover really the whole spectrum of all your technology needs, which is nice because you don't need to go to a different person for your TV or your smart TV or your phone or your computer. You can really go to them for everything.
Under one umbrella.
Yeah.
And who's joining us today is Cyborg, who, and that's sort of her alter ego, right? But she's with the Madison Geeks, and perfect segue here because I just learned that her Cyborg name actually came from her time as a Mad Rollin' doll. She used to skate with them, and as you know, they all have these sort of alter ego personas, and they have an incredible championship coming up that we're going to touch on. But that whole combination got me thinking, what would your alter ego name be? Wouldn't that be fun to get to come up with your own? So think about that at home. What would your alter ego name be?
That's kind of like, I've heard of other names that they say you take the street you grew up on.
That's a different show. Yeah. We've all heard that one. Nope. We'll stop you right there.
So now that I'm blushing.
So do you have something in mind, anybody? What would your alter ego name be?
Oh man,
I'm trying to think of some of the ones that we've met with. So Tipsy Velvet will be here. You said it's, what was Splatter
Alice.
Splatter.
Yeah. They
I
have
want to know how they come up with
They
the
have
names.
Hammer Abby is another one that I know
remember
of.
that, yeah.
So many cool things. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. How do they come up with? Well, they said.
I feel like people have to give you them. I don't know if you can choose your own.
No, that's what happens.
They do?
If you don't know what you would be, that's why I say think of it, because then you get named ones. Maybe we'll be thinking about that, and we'll name each other.
There we go.
The next time we see each other.
Perfect.
So that's actually who we have next. We have the Mad Rollin' Dolls, that's roller derby, and they have a really big event coming up. Stick around, we'll be right back with them.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We are filming here at Bella Domicile, and we are in what I'm going to call the selection room.
I would agree with that.
You can't see, but we can see. There's so many choices and so many different materials, and that's part of what makes this process fun when you're doing a remodel or some interior decorating. We're going to talk a little bit with the folks here at Bella later in the show. Right now, we are joined by two lovely ladies from the Mad Rollin' Dolls. This is Splatter Alice and Tipsy Velvet, and we're so glad to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us. What an exciting topic. We can't wait for you guys. You have such a fun event coming up. So this is the Women's Flat Track Division I Playoffs. And this is a big deal at the Alliant Energy Center coming up soon. What makes this so special?
It is the Division I playoffs, so it's the highest level of competition. It's 10 of the top 40 teams in the world vying for a spot for the championships in November.
And this blows my mind. This is the world. I was thinking maybe it's the USA, maybe just Wisconsin, but this is international.
Cue Elise's excitement.
Yeah.
The world. No, but it's incredible. And it's all happening right here in Madison.
It's grown exponentially over the last decade, I guess, 13, 14 years that it's been, we've been rolling in modern roller derby. and it's just exploded. There's teams from pretty much every continent.
Yeah, it must be, obviously. So fans and spectators, what can they expect on the track, off the track?
On the track, they're going to see a lot of fast footwork. They're going to see a lot of strong teamwork trying to shut down that fast footwork.
Okay.
Off the track,
Off the track. Well, one of the things that we love to do after a bout is to go out to a bar,
Okay.
hang out, celebrate our successes and our losses,
Sure.
have a drink, and so we have after parties that the public can attend, visit, talk to the athletes that are going to be competing at the event, hang out, crack a beer with them.
Yeah.
We've got fun halftime shows planned, so things that are very unique to Madison. Those are coming up for some of the bigger, higher profile bouts.
What a great way to bond with your fans.
Yes, it's always fun.
And you guys, I think there's no shortage of fun here with the Mad Rolling Dolls. I have
Not
a
if you've been
feeling.
to a bout.
Right.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about the work aspect of it too, because when you're talking about competing on a world level and being one of the best teams in the world, there has to be a lot of training that goes into this. What does that look like? What does it take?
There's a lot of, obviously, on the track training. You're practicing a lot. You are scrimmaging. You are, throughout the year, playing against all of the other high-level teams in order to play against the best or compete at the Division I level. You need to play the best throughout the year. And then there's also a lot of cross-training. There's there's cardio conditioning, endurance training. We need to be able to skate hard on the track, and that takes a lot of off-the-track training as well.
I see. So the athleticism has to take place on the track, but also the training takes
Yeah.
place
Right.
off the track to get you to that moment and get you to that place. Wow, that's so incredible.
With all of this hard work, what is most rewarding for you of being a part of this roller derby community?
I think for me, it's just seeing how big it's grown. This is a sport that's been built by skaters and volunteers who've done it just because we love the sport. And to see it blossom from one group in Texas into this global phenomenon has been kind of its own reward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What a fun thing, and you guys are such athletes and so impressive to share some of this with us, so thank you so much. I think Elise is in her mind already lacing up her skis.
I know,
She wants to join.
Anybody
getting
can
excited
join.
about
We
it.
have summer training. It's
Really?
accessible. It's very accessible sport.
Oh,
I
so
think
much
that's why it's so grown so much in popularity. Is anybody can play.
You
Yeah.
bet. And how do folks find tickets, again, at the Alliant Energy Center coming up soon?
They are being sold currently on WFTDA.com, and then they will be sold at the event, of course.
Got it, both places. Well, what an incredible event. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks for having us.
This is Splatter Alice and Tipsy Velvet from the Mad Rollin' Dolls, so get your tickets now. We'll be back with more Girl Talk after the break. Stick with us. Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming today at Bella Domicile, that's in Fitchburg off of Nesbitt Road, and we're in their selection room where they have
So pretty.
all kinds of samples for you to choose from. Later on, when we chat with the folks from Bella Domicile, we'll learn about updating your kitchen and what all is involved with that. But right now we turn to Madison Geeks, one of our favorite geeks here. We have Cyborg. She's their marketing and design geek over at Madison Geeks. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure always.
So today you wanted to talk about something called Geeks 42.
Yes.
What is that?
Well, for those of you who are comedy and sci-fi geeks, you know that 42 is the answer to the life, the universe, and everything. So you add your Madison Geeks to that, and we are your answer for all of your technology
Love
needs.
that. That is
That's
great.
so awesome.
Not that anybody ever has a need for technology help, right?
Never.
Oh my gosh.
Never. Always.
Love the name. That's cool.
Perfect. So that sounds like it's kind of a program or something that you guys do, the Geeks 42 membership.
Yes, it is a membership program. So we have it for both businesses, and we have a residential version as well. So basically it means that you've got a geek at your fingertips whenever you need one.
Awesome. Does that cover computers too?
It covers computers as well as other technology devices in your home. You can have it cover your smartphones if you need help, if you want to have help with your smartphones sometimes, your printers, and we even help with some networking issues as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
So a little bit
Yes.
of everything. I love
We
it.
were talking about social media last time that you were here. Does that cover that as well?
It's kind of outside the scope of the Geeks 42 membership, which focuses more on your devices and your
Okay.
stuff and keeping them up and running.
Okay, so if I have a problem, how do I get a hold of you, or what's the best way for me to get help?
What we do is we install what we call an agent on all of your computer desktops. And so that's going to be the quickest way to get a response, because with Geeks 42 you get 24/7 remote support,
Wow.
which means chat or email or telephone support. And so by accessing the little agent on your desktop, that initiates that process.
So it's
2 a.m.
okay. That's my
Yeah, are
question.
you gonna
right?
wake your geek up? You can do that.
Yes, you can. And if it's something that can't be handled remotely, you can decide either to wait until the next day to have one of our geeks come out to your either place of business or your residence. Otherwise, you also have the option of on-site emergency service, which, as a Geeks 42 member, you get substantially discounted.
Cool. I can see that getting out of hand though. You know, you're watching Netflix at like 3 a.m. and your internet connection fails or something, and I'm calling up the Madison Geeks to help me out.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
And we've even been known to contact your internet service provider, like Charter or whatnot, for you.
I'm loving this.
Yeah,
You don't
no
even have to
kidding.
do anything. You can just stay in your bed, stay in your PJs. You don't have to get out.
No kidding.
Oh, that's so much fun. That's so much fun. Well, could you guys help too with phones and computers and have them talk to like my smart TV and things like that?
So for networking, like your Bluetooth devices, and they have all these neat ways of your TV and your phone and everything connecting so that you can interact with everything at the same time in your programming. Yes, we help to make sure that everything talks to each other the way that it should, and so we can come out to your place. And we also really pride ourselves on providing education. We really want our technology users to feel empowered and capable, and so we always take that extra time to educate everybody that we work with to make sure that they really understand how to use their stuff to their fullest.
Boy, and everything changes so fast.
It does.
that
It does.
It helps to have someone to go to that can help you keep up a little bit too.
Absolutely. Okay, so Cyborg, is there anything else that we should know about this Geeks 42 membership?
Yes, for residential customers, we're offering a back to school special, which means you get half off your first month of membership.
Awesome.
You know, I didn't even think about having children and all of the devices that they have. I mean, as a parent, I
Yeah.
couldn't keep on top of that. Well, not that I am a parent, but if I was.
Right, exactly.
So repeat it one more time. It's half off your first,
Your first month of your
membership.
Geeks 42 membership.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Sounds like a
Fantastic.
great way to start the school year.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Cyborg. This is Cyborg. She's with Madison Geeks. And we'll be right back. We're at Bella Domicile. We'll be talking about kitchen remodel coming next.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're filming here at Bella Domicile off Nesbitt Road. We're here in their selection room with the woman that you want to talk to. This is Dondi Zombat Falvey.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure being here. You take such good care of us.
Year 3, getting started.
Yeah, season
I'm
3.
celebrating over here still.
We are. Beautiful cake you made us too. I can't wait to enjoy that. But first, some serious talk about the prep process for a remodel, which I think is pretty important first steps. So let's say a client's kitchen remodel is starting in a week. What are some things that the client should be preparing for at this time?
Well, first of all, they're probably super excited because they have been waiting for this moment for
Right.
months and possibly years. They say a person thinks about a remodel for 3 years before they do it. So what the reality is, they basically have to move out of their kitchen.
Sure.
So they are getting, this place is going down to the studs, and they have to move every single thing out of the, so they're finding their old potato masher that they had been lost
Added
for 4
benefits,
years.
right?
Yes. They are probably purging things that they don't want to put back in, and they've got to kind of be prepared to, they got to find a few things like the cereal box
Sure.
and things like that, and then there's some things they're putting away for good.
I bet
so.
it's great. I mean, how many like mixers you find or
Yeah.
big
Surprise. How many?
pans that you have like why do I need all of these?
The 4 bottles of cinnamon.
Right.
Yeah, that are back
So
in
true,
there.
yeah, and
so,
vanilla, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that folks would be so busy and distracted with, like you said, getting things out of the kitchen, thinking about what's going to be going into the kitchen, all that's involved with that, that you might kind of forget about the fact that you need to eat and make meals, and I bet that's a whole nother process.
Yep.
What do you recommend?
You're probably not going to eat out for 6 to 12 weeks while your kitchen remodel is going on.
Hopefully
They are figuring out a place to make meals and setting up a temporary kitchen,
Sure.
usually somewhere else in the house. So
Let's talk about how to do that too, because there's a lot of benefits to going through everything, but it could also be kind of daunting and scary for somebody to think about all the work that might go into that. But knowing what steps to take makes it easier. So where do you set up this temporary kitchen? What have you seen people do?
that's a great question. So probably the biggest thing is we need to find a sink located somewhere else in the house, and we can kind of work around that. So sometimes that's a laundry room. If you've got a
Hopefully it's a
sink in
laundry
there.
room.
Unfortunately, for some people, it's the bathtub.
Right.
That's where their sink is. But usually a laundry room is a great spot. Sometimes they have a space in the basement where there is a sink already. So where can we get running water? That's the key thing. Sometimes we'll leave the running water in the kitchen for as long as we can. We don't have to rip that out right away.
Okay.
But we'll take that. The appliances, the refrigerator can kind of be moved wherever that sink is. But they're going to
I
have
didn't
to.
even think about that. So
yeah.
you don't have to forego the refrigerator. You
no.
just you relocate it in
Yes.
the house for
Yeah.
6 to maybe
Yes.
12 weeks or so.
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
picturing going back to college days and having a little dorm fridge and a burner plate, a hot plate.
You're not too far
Oh.
off there, though.
We
But-
make do, and I mean it's a short term for the long term goal.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like having a baby, right? You got the preparation. You got to go through that uncomfortable part, but then it's all heaven after that.
And
so.
hopefully your kitchen remodel does not take 9 months.
No.
Right?
Absolutely.
Shouldn't
For
be
my
that
mother, 2 years. I'm calling you out again. Because she had to move to the bathtub, and
She did not
2
work
years
with Bella.
is a long time.
But-
Oh my
no,
gosh.
She did not go with Bella, and I always talk to her about you. Like, you should have gone with Bella.
Oh,
So typically, what goes into this temporary kitchen setup? Like you said, you can move the refrigerator around, but is there anything else?
well, I've seen all those small appliances that we use. Okay, so the George Foreman grill,
Yeah.
the toaster oven, that pizza, the thing that turns and makes the pizza.
Sure.
Not one of those.
You can, one of the most useful thing, you said hot plate, but they now have induction burners, just single induction burners or a single hot plate. Super.
Those are the things that heat up like that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And then, of course, if you're in the summer or even in the winter, you can grill.
Yeah.
You can use your grill. You're probably not, the only oven you're going to have might be a toaster oven or a microwave oven, but you'd be surprised how far you can get with just those small
Absolutely.
appliances. Now,
Yeah.
I did have one client that had her total family's meals prepared for the whole entire time and frozen,
Wow.
so she was just heating up. Okay, that's the extreme.
Okay, so if you're
Okay.
very organized, yeah, that's what to
Yeah.
shoot for.
Yeah, yeah. You
But if
can't.
you're
It
not-
can be done. I've seen it done once.
Wow, that's
So,
incredible.
yeah.
Really good stuff.
So going back to Elisa's intro saying, okay, you're a week before the remodel begins. So we've, cleared out the kitchen and maybe made some meals, and what other tips do you have?
Well, I think it's just there's a lot of things that we might be talking to clients about just to prepare them for what's going to be happening. They're going to have workmen in their house. Is there a time of day that we need to start? Some workmen start before maybe some people are getting acclimated today. If there's a person that works all night, this is something that needs to be discussed. They're going to have more cars and trucks around in their driveway/neighborhood.
These are really interesting
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Even just mentally preparing
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where having somebody so experienced comes in, because they can prepare you for those steps, make it more comfortable. It's
Sure.
a short process, but you want it to be comfortable because you have to live your day-to-day life.
In honesty, it's going to be uncomfortable, but can we minimize that, I guess, is what we're
So
hoping
really
to
good
do.
tips, and I have to make sure we get to this before we
Yeah.
go, because such wonderful things that they're doing here at Bella Domicile. Your involvement with Design for a Difference is incredible. We got to see some firsthand what you did last year with Center for Families. Let's talk about the Rainbow Project and what you're doing with that.
So the Rainbow Project, for people that may not know, is they help kids and families in crisis. And they're kind of unique in that field because they not only do counseling in their center, but they also make home visits and daycare visits and so on. But their makeover is happening at the beginning of October, and we're in need of a few things. We're in need of donations. Financial donations would be one, but also beanbag chairs, you know, for kids that are going to be in therapy, small love seats or sofas, gently used toys, all of those things would be really helpful for us to kind of complete the package for what we're doing there.
Donations or
Donations.
monetary.
Oh,
Where can they
monetary.
bring these donations?
Well, they can probably give us a call and we can kind of coordinate that. There's a couple places where we'd be staging them, and depending, if it's toys or something like that, we can take them here, but for larger items, we have a different process, so.
Great. Well, thank you, Dondi, for having us. It's so nice to see you, and time goes so fast. We gotta go.
Okay.
Thanks for watching Girl Talk here on Channel 57, and we'll see you next time.